think fast. As above, so below. Obesity could be compared to overpopulation of the globe, of Earth. And matter of fact, I thought about how, overpopulation and overconsumption creates obesity. And I thought about like, you know, uh, in the United States, how, it's one of the places where people die from overeating before they'll die from undereating, you know what I'm saying? So you see that, matter of fact, I also see a parallel too to too much choice, you know what I'm saying? Where too much choice will throw your mind, body, and spirit off, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing you see in a overpopulated area in essence, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when you look at people lifestyles, like people that come from these, overpopulated places, they'll tend to have like a lack of connection to spirit compared to somebody who lives, that farm rural life, where things are, slower, less choices, things of this nature. But just in the parallels of population, where, like an obese person, they big because they're overpopulated with whether it's fat cells or just cells in general, you know what I'm saying? But it's a overpopulation, you know what I'm saying? And the body can't function right, That's why it becomes a health risk because, by all of this extra weight, all of this, extra cells that are unneeded, because that's the thing, there are cells that are, unneeded, like we don't need all these cells in the body, so it's hindering the proper, process of the body, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing with, with cities and, being on Earth, on a human level. It's like when these cities or certain places are overpopulated, you might have a problem with regulating waste. The waste not getting brought out of the city properly because, it's overpopulated. So, the waste not leaving properly. Same thing with a obese person, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they could still be able to use, have bowel movements and urinate, but say for instance, are they exercising to get rid of that, the excess energy and waste on that level, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, it's staying built up, and that's when you get all these heart problems too, because that's another thing, the Mother Earth, if Mother Earth is overpopulated, that means she gotta overproduce resources, and gotta overwork. Same thing with the heart of an obese person, got all these people or cells within the body, so that means the heart is constantly like overworking, you know what I'm saying, to move and make sure it's producing enough for all these extra people, you know what I'm saying, or extra cells in the body. And the same thing with, you know what I'm saying, with on Earth, on a population control level. But it's just a matter of fact, and it was funny because I kind of just got the insight, which it was stemming off of a realization that I had from a DMT trip, as far as like realizing how population control is something that could be seen as, basically it's not bad. Like, now of course the way the one percenters and the oppressors go about it, is whether it's promoting homosexuality or, trying to poison us with big pharma, they got their own little methods that are unrighteous in doing it. But I thought about like, just in general, like making sure the population is not, overflowing. I'm like that does make sense, and it does kind of, would maintain a properly flowing ecosystem. Like same thing with us, like, we're at our healthiest when we're not over consuming, not bringing too much in the body. And same thing with the brain, you know what I'm saying, where we not overwhelmed by too much choices. Things flow a little better, you know what I'm saying? But when it's all these choices and all these people and all, it's like things being thrown off, the body gotta overwork itself, you know what I'm saying? Same personification. Like the city hall within a big city or whatever. Like everybody, everything is, the people overworked at the city hall because they're overpopulated, but a person in a slower city, smaller, things slower. You know, the job would be a little less stressful because, you know, they probably got like about 20 people in the town, you know, joking, but, you know, like probably like 1,000 people, maybe 800 people stay in the little city, you know, everybody moving at a decent enough pace, nobody stressing, you know what I'm saying? So you see that personification of that, you know, within cities and being on Earth, you know, and the personification of it within the body, you know what I'm saying? Like just too much overflowing of cells and people, you know, that overworks the way the body has to work and the heart has to work, you know what I'm saying? And then it becomes something unhealthy. As above, so below, you know, too many people on earth become something unhealthy, you know what I'm saying? We on top of each other, matter of fact, because think about it, you wouldn't even be able to properly be a spiritual being if, like, say for instance, we all just everywhere you go we like sardines, and my auric field is constantly, you know what I'm saying, being penetrated by somebody's physical being. You know, it's like that would throw your spirituality off, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have that space, you know, or you can't at least find a way to get that space. You know, it's like you're being overpopulated, and that's throwing off your health, you know, not only so it throws off health on a physical level but also on a spiritual level. Because if we all pack like sardines and close together, that means our heart feels basically might as well be one of them more. Matter of fact, at that point we might as well just go back to being source right then and there. We're gonna pack up like that. It's like, because we're gonna be all in each other heart fields, you know, basically. But you can just see how the population control is almost like the same comparison as a diet to obesity, you know. As a matter of fact, if I didn't say this already, you know, like Source has its own population control mechanism. I always bring up the movie The Happening, where the trees started giving off that chemical that made people commit suicide. But you know, like with these disasters that's going on right now, you know, that's what you think that is. Now, of course, we could all play, and I ain't say play the conspiracy theorist game in that essence, because it's not no conspiracy. It's the fact that they do use HARP and all these things to, you know, create certain little weather conditions. But also realize that it's prophecy going on, and you know, and God and Source is everything. So in essence, whether it's HARP or not, it's still Source, or, you know, the elementals, regardless of how you slice it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a population control, since it's too many people and everybody don't have sense, you know, like say for instance, when you get obese, all right, you got a lot of beings in the body, but now you got a lot of harmful beings in the body. So now you got beings or cells in the body that don't know how to keep up the body, you know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of them too. Same thing on Earth, you know, if it's too many cells that just not trying to get the bigger picture, you know, and make sure we keep the whole body healthy, then, you know, the beings say, all right. And think about it, just like as above, so below. When the obese person decides to diet, guess what's happened to all those cells that was in fluctuation? They quote unquote transitioning or dying, you know what I'm saying? They going to a better place. You know, but like when that obese person goes to dieting and, you know, and becoming healthy, as a matter of fact, they're raising the vibration of the body, so they're losing all those harmful cells. They're raising the vibration of the cells that are already there, you know. Same thing that's going on Earth, you know. The vibrations are being raised in the cells that are compatible to their vibrations being raised, you know what I'm saying? And all the harmful cells, you know, they're being eradicated from out of the body. As above, so below. All levels. But I'm going to just leave at that, you know. That was just a cool insight that I had right quick. But peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. Not going too far in the future.